Hey guys, good morning. It is 11:29 a.m. Right now, about 11:30 a.m. on this Sunday, June 23rd, 2024. We are 2 days away, as I mentioned in the audio stream, to the debut of Me TV Tunes, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, because what I'm here to talk about is something that I think, I'm sure everybody is pretty much aware of, but, they're always wondering, like, okay, why do you push, this version instead of the version that people are going to want, right? Well, as a lot of that follow my channel, I recently, about a couple weeks ago, purchased WWE 2K24. The first wrestling game officially, physically. First wrestling game officially, physically for my PS5. The other one, I do have a PS5 version, but that's mainly because I upgraded my PS4 version. Basically, it's my PS4 version of the game, which is AEW Fight Forever, but it has that PS5 upgrade. So technically, I have about 8 PS5 games, and a few of them, 4 of them, have basically the PS5 upgrade. So there's an asterisk to that, to where I have 8 PS5 games, but like I said, 4 of them have the asterisk because of the upgrades. But anyway, the point I'm getting at here, what I'm trying to talk about is, I bought that game a couple weeks ago, and that's the one with Cody Rhodes on it, that's always being pushed the most. Now, I understand Cody is the new face of the WWE right now. He's like the new Cena, if you will, as some people have kind of made a comparison to. But what I'm getting at is his cover was always pushed the most. Now, they did show the other covers. In fact, they did a behind-the-scenes thing about it here on YouTube, and I think on the social media pages, about him and Rhea and Bianca being the cover stars for the game. But Bianca and Rhea, of course, they made history by being the first 2 women only on the cover, having their own cover, I should say, instead of sharing it with a guy. And then, of course, you have the other one, which is the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition. Now, I bring all this up because, when you get the Cody Rhodes edition, which again is the one they prominently push more than anything, that basically you're going to have to spend more money. You're either going to have to progressively go through everything on the showcase and even My Rise and all that before you can, before you get everything you need to make your character with, make your arena with, make your championship with, or even, have to download certain community creations like wrestlers off, from community creations. So you're going to have to go through all that. However, there is another option. And that other option is to make some purchases in the PlayStation Store. One of those purchases is the Supercharger, which allows you to, gain access to some legends like China and a few others. Well, some of them with alternate outfits and everything, as well as some arenas and stuff. But you get the Supercharger. That's one way to do it. The other one is the Season Pass, which basically is as much as believe it or not, is as much as the My Little Pony A Zephyr Heights Adventure or Zephyr Heights Mystery game was. And there's that, which is about $39.99, and then the Supercharger, which is about, I would say, $10 or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was 10 or no, it was actually, I think it was about $15. So you have those. So you're looking at essentially 40 and 15. You're looking at 55, right? So you add that on to the 55 you just spent, right? So you're looking at $110 together for this game, right? But then you add in the WrestleMania pack, the 40 Years of WrestleMania pack. That's another $120, and then that's together, I should say. That's another $20 to the 110, so that's 130, I should say. It's early, I do apologize. So that's another, $20 added to the 110. And then you add in, possibly anything else you want to get, and, so on and so forth. But outside of that, because these are the ones you primarily want to get. You want to get basically season pass, supercharger, season pass, and 40 years of WrestleMania. Okay, so you're looking, in addition to what you've already spent, which is about $55 on the game, you're looking at 20. You're looking at, let's say, okay, so you're looking at, let's say, the season pass, which is 40, the supercharger, which is 15, and the other one, which is 20, right? So you're looking at like an additional $65 on top of the on top of the 55 you just spent. So you're looking at a total of not 130, but $120. That's as much as the 40 years of WrestleMania pack. So my question is, and I know I'm taking a little while to get to this point. My question is, why not just focus on promoting that one? I mean, yeah, you could say if you just want, you could say the standard version is this one with Cody on it, and that's the one you're going to, and of course, him being the face of the company, now you know that's going to be the one that's going to sell the most because it's more affordable. But why not just push the 40 years of WrestleMania one? Why not push the one that has all the amenities, or is going to give everybody all the amenities they want? Because let's be honest, unless you're a hardcore gamer, and you love a challenge, how many people are going to go out of the way and basically, play things like Showcase and My Rise and whatever else to unlock a lot of stuff when all they have to do is just go to the PlayStation Store if they have the money and purchase, the packs that are needed, especially when they find out from looking up online and hearing it from other people or reading it from other people that all you have to do is purchase this pack and that pack and you're good to go. Why not just push the addition of the game that has all that included, at checkout? Why not do that? I'll tell you why. Because it's the same thing, people like Angry Joe get upset about. It's about basically saying, hey, we want your money. We want you to spend more than what you originally paid for the game initially. I mean, think about this too. If you're somebody that spent, let's say, what was the Rhea and Bianca one, the season pass edition or supercharged edition, whatever edition that one was with the season pass and supercharged. Can you imagine you spending, like 75, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I want to download this guy or this gal off Community Creations, but I can't because I need all these amenities. And you see where you got to get those amenities. I mean, think about this. Think about what's going through your mind. Okay, when you see that, you're thinking, well, you might be thinking, well, I'm always up to a challenge. I can see what I can do. Or you find out by looking up online, maybe after you try, and you're like, man, I don't want to go through all this because you have all these objectives. And some of these objectives you can't really pull off with the controller. So you're like, okay, what can I do to make this quick? What can I do to get everything I want? And then you look online and you find out, oh, wait a minute. There's a 40 years of WrestleMania pack? Let me check. And then you see it, and you see how much it is. You're like, well, if I buy that, on top of that, that's pretty much 105, but pretty much another, another $20, whatever. On top of that, you see that, and you're like, well, that means altogether I just spent $95. I could have just got the 40 years of WrestleMania one instead. You see what I'm saying? You start to realize that, even though it costs a little bit more, you might as well have spent the money to get the edition that's in the hundreds, if you will, if not near $100, dollars. You could have just spent that and gotten all the amenities you needed. But they knew. But here's the thing. 2K and WWE, despite how good WWE is right now, they know what they're doing. They realize, hey, we're going to get people to buy the one that's going to have the person that is the most popular individual right now that fans, want to get behind. That is, basically the face of our company. We're going to do that. And guess what? By doing so, ladies and gentlemen, They know that they got you. They know that there's going to be people, including maybe hardcore gamers that like a challenge, they're not going to want to go through all this, and they're going to be like, "Hey, I want to get this stuff now," because they can look on community creations like I do, and they can see people, on or they can see characters on there that are based on characters they're fans of, or based on YouTube personalities that they're fans of. Excuse me, and they can be like, "Ooh, I want to get that person." But then they see that they can't get them because they need all these other, parts, to go along with them. And the only way to get them is through Showcase. And you're like, okay, fine, I'll try Showcase. And then you find out, oh, the only way you can get them is doing all these objectives. It's like, are they out of the mind? Are they out of the mind? So anyway, my point is, why not just come out when you promote a game, and it doesn't matter if you're a WWE 2K series, okay? You can be, an upcoming sequel to AEW Fight Forever, if that ever happens. Or you could be the upcoming EA College Football or the EA Madden version. Why not just come out and promote the one that is more likely to, have everything fans want? And you know what's crazy? Despite how people might feel about EA, and how they, how they do the Madden series, or how they even do, and how they might even promote, or how they may even handle, I should say, the college football one. You know what's crazy? Fans notice, I should say, in fact, I've noticed it, that EA is pushing the more deluxe version, the one that's going to cost the most, more so than they are the standard, because they know people are going to want, everything, right off the bat. They know that. They know fans are going to want, they know players and fans are going to want everything right off the bat. That is why they are pushing the more deluxe version that's going to cost the most, including the one that basically allows you to have it and Madden simultaneously and have that connection. So yeah, despite how you might feel about them, fans are noticing that EA is actually doing it the right way. Like they know, fans are going to probably buy the more affordable one, and then later on through DLC, buy all the other amenities that come with the deluxe version. But they're pushing the deluxe version because they know people are going to want all that stuff right off the bat. So they're doing it right. And others, other studios do it too. Other developers, distributors, they do it right too. But there are some like 2K that need to, take a page out of those playbooks and be like, okay, maybe we need to promote the deluxe version of these games, or the very premium version edition of these games, so that people, can have that choice of, having everything right off the, right out of the gate, if you will, right off the bat. But I just wanted to come on here and talk about that, guys. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that. But let me know what your thoughts are. What would you have done instead when it comes to purchasing, a version of, a game like WWE 2K, or maybe even a future release like EA's College Football? What would you do? Would you go with the more affordable version and just wait to download everything else through the PlayStation Store when you have the money? Or if you have the money then, would you go for the more premium version and be like, screw having to go through all this crap. I want everything right now. Let me know. Let me know down below in the comment section, as well as the live chat during the premiere if you haven't already. And until then, I am out.